Hi, everyone. My name is Carla. This is my Vinyasa yoga class. I teach every Monday from 4 to 5. I used to teach on Thursdays, but it's Monday now. Um, so we're going to do about 50 minutes of Vinyasa flow, and then after that, we're going to do about 10 minutes of Shavasana and a guided meditation. All right, so let's get started. First, I invite you to take a comfortable seat on the mat with your sit bones sitting closely to the mat, and place your hands on your thighs or your knees. And as you inhale, squeeze your shoulders up high, really close to your ears, as high as they can go. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just push them down and roll them back. And tilt the chin up. Deep exhale here. And then on your next inhale, relax the shoulders. Maybe roll them back and forth a little bit, open them up. And then I invite you to close your eyes now that we're a little bit more loosened up. And here, take a moment and set an intention for your practice today. When your intention has been set, or whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and let's get started. If you have socks on, I would recommend you take them off. It's just a little bit easier to do yoga on the mat. So first, to get started, we're going to start out in tabletop position. So join me here with your hands flat on the mat, knees flat, tops of the feet touching the mat. Keep your back basically flat with the natural curve of the spine. The back is not arched or curved out. Just kind of let it relax in the middle. Make sure your elbows are pointing out, your biceps are pulled up, and your triceps are tucked in. And then on your next inhale, you're going to start pushing the chest up high, tilting the tailbone down, and pushing the middle of the spine down to the mat. And then slowly start lifting up the chin, look up. And then as you start to exhale, curve the spine, tuck the tailbone, push up, and feel those shoulder blades really spread out. And then as you inhale, push the chest down and up. The middle of the spine comes down and the tailbone presses up high. And slowly tilt the chin up. And then as you exhale, curve the spine, tilt the chin down, spread the shoulder blades. And inhale, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, lift the chin. And then exhale, shoulder blades spread, chin tucks. And then as you inhale, come back to a neutral position and spread the knees out so each knee is touching about the side of the mat. Let your feet come together comfortably. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly sink your sit bones down and walk the hands forward until your chest reaches the mat. And then slowly place your forehead down onto the mat and close your eyes for extended child. And take a moment here to ground yourself. Bring yourself into this moment and this moment only. Leave everything that brought you here behind and just be one with the mat. To kind of keep yourself in the here and now, really focus on how the mat feels underneath you, underneath the shins, underneath the tops of the feet, your hands, your arms. Feel the ground beneath you, supporting you. Check in with all of your senses. Feel your clothes on your body, the temperature of the room, and just give yourself space to just exist. When you feel grounded and in the moment, come back up to tabletop position. Once you're comfortably in table, press the hands down into the mat. Really grip the mat with your fingertips. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, really tucking those triceps and pushing those elbows back and together. As you exhale, slowly bring the chest down to the mat and the chin. And then inhale, bring yourself back up to table. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to bring ourselves down. This time, as you inhale, push yourself up and stretch out the spine. Tailbone comes down for upward dog. And look up, tilt the chin, feel the back stretch out. We're going to do a lot of back opening today. So, just to get the right positioning here, make sure that your tailbone is tucking in so that your pelvis is pushing down towards the floor, not up towards the ceiling. You want it to be in a neutral position, but tucked down. You want your core to be engaged, your shoulder blades squeezing in, and your chest opening. You want to be pushing yourself forward and up here. The spine should not feel crushed. And then on your next inhale, bend the knees and bring yourself back up. And we're going to do that 3 more times. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bend those elbows, slowly bring the chest down. Chin comes down as well. And then as you inhale, straighten those elbows, push the pelvis down, and look up. Stretch out that back, push those shoulder blades together, chest comes up. And then on your next inhale, bend those knees, bring yourself back to table. And then on your next exhale, keeping those elbows in, slowly bring the chest down. And then inhale, push yourself up for upward dog. And then this time, slowly bring your forearms down onto the mat. Bring your elbows down by your sides, directly underneath your shoulders. Your forearms should be about shoulder width apart. So if you were to bring your right fingertips over to the left elbow, they should touch right about the center of the inside of your elbow. Now on your next exhale, slowly bring the chest down. Let your nose touch the mat. And then inhale, bring yourself up. Press those wrists into the mat. Press those fingertips down for Sphinx pose. And then exhale, bring that nose down. Inhale, bring yourself up at the top. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Feel those shoulders engage. Feel those wrists press down. And then exhale, bring the nose back down. And then one more time, bring yourself up. And hold. Really feel those shoulder blades pushing back. You should be lifting yourself only with your upper back, not with the lower back or pelvis. It should be in a neutral position. Then on your next inhale, slowly lift up that right leg. And just hold it up, keeping yourself in Sphinx pose. Try and keep your right hip bone down onto the mat. So you're using only your glute and hamstring muscles to push that leg up and not the back. and just hold. And then as you exhale, slowly bring that leg down and then pick up the left. Try and keep that left hip bone down so that the pelvis isn't tilting and the hips are still squared. And then on your next exhale, bring that leg down, bring the chest down, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, bring the nose down to the mat, kind of stretch out the body so your head goes towards the top of your mat, your feet go towards the bottom. When you feel stretched out, take a deep breath in, and as you inhale, lift up the hands and the shoulders and lift up the feet. Just kind of hold this position. Try to have your chest and your feet lifted off of the mat the same amount. Again, with your upper back, you just want your shoulder blades and your shoulders to be pushing back. You don't want to be using your lower back to bring yourself up here. You want your glutes to be squeezed and bringing those feet together. They shouldn't be super wide. And then on your next exhale, slowly come down. Push yourself back up into table. And from table, come into a seated position. And stretch out both of your legs in front of you. Put your hands on the top of your thighs. And kind of shake out the legs. Take both of your hands, make them little fists, and lightly tap down the tops of the thighs. And then down the sides. You can do the insides, the back, whatever you want. This is just to get some blood flow into the legs. It's a nice little massage. And then come back to center. Place both hands on your thighs. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Lift the chest. Lift those toes up high, pointed towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly slide those hands forward. It should be a stop at a comfortable stretch. And just hold here, trying to keep the integrity of the spine. So keeping the chest lifted, those shoulders back. Really feel the tops of your feet pushing back towards you and your tailbone pushing up or pushing up and back to really feel the back of the legs elongating. And then on your next inhale, release the hands, come back to center, bend both of the knees, and then take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring both legs over to the right. And then as you inhale, bring them back to center. And as you exhale, bring them over to the left. And then inhale back to center. And bring those feet together and the knees down for butterfly pose. Place your hands on your ankles, flap your butterfly a little bit. Place both hands on the knees. Put slight, not a lot of pressure here. We don't want to hurt ourselves, but just slight pressure. See how that feels to open up the hips. Kind of rock forward when you do it. Try and keep those feet together. Then place those hands in front of you. Take a deep breath in, trying to keep the integrity of the spine. Slowly walk forward. When you've gone as far as you can go, bow the head and hold. And then on your next inhale, slowly walk your way back up. Bring those knees together and roll and come back into tabletop. Once your weight has been distributed evenly across your hands and the legs, tuck the toes, and so that the bottom of the toes are touching the mat. And as you exhale, slowly sink the tailbone down for a good little stretch for your feet. Just kind of pulse here, letting the feet stretch out. And then as you inhale, come back to tabletop, flip the feet so that the tops of the feet are touching the mat. Oh, actually, I did not mean to say that. Oh, yes, I did. Sorry. And slowly bring that wrist, that right hand forward, so just the elbow is straight and just the fingertips are touching the mat. Then straighten that left leg, so the knee is straight and just the toes are touching the mat. Squeeze the core, and as you inhale, slowly lift up that right hand and that left leg. Stretch that right hand forward, that left hand back. And just hold. And then as you exhale, bend that knee, bend that elbow, and let them meet in the center and really squeeze that core. And then as you inhale, stretch them out again. You want these movements to be slow and controlled. And then bring that right elbow to that right knee. Squeeze the core. And inhale, stretch them out. And we're going to do this 2 more times. Elbow comes to knee. And inhale, stretch up. And exhale, elbow comes to knee. And then let the hand come back to the hand and the knee come back to the mat. Straighten that right knee, just the toes touch the floor. Straighten that left elbow, just the fingertips. Squeeze the core, and on your next inhale, slowly bring the arm and the leg up. Feel your left fingertips stretching forward in front of you. Feel those toes stretching back. That leg is straight, that elbow is straight. And we're squeezing the core. And as on your next exhale, bring that left elbow to meet your right knee. Remember, keeping these movements slow and controlled. And then inhale, stretch that arm, stretch that leg. And then as you exhale, knee to elbow, squeeze the core. And inhale, stretch that arm, stretch that leg, and 2 more times. Elbow comes to knee, and stretch out. And 1 more time, elbow to knee, and hand and knee comes down. Whenever you're ready, flip those toes so the bottom of the toes are touching the mat. And on your next inhale, straighten those knees and push the pelvis back and up. Walk your dog a bit, bend one knee and straighten the other. Really feel that calf stretch. Then the other knee, push down the opposite heel. Just keep switching back and forth, stretching out those calves, stretching out those legs. And once again, you want those fingertips to be really gripping the mat, those elbows straight, those triceps tucked underneath, pushing down those heels, lifting up that tailbone, really lengthening the back of the legs. Create space in the abdomen, in between the ribs, pushing your whole body up towards the ceiling, really pushing off of those hands, making space in the armpits. And then on your next exhale, bend those knees and either jump or walk towards the top of the mat. Once you've come to the top of the mat, opposite hand grabs opposite elbow and hang down. You can swing back and forth here. Shake the head no, nod it yes. And then on your next exhale, release the hands from the elbows. Put a slight bend in the knee. And as you inhale, bring those arms up and come up into a standing position. Let your hands meet at the top of your head. Let them intertwine and flip those palms so that the tops of the palms are facing the ceiling. And really push up those hands. Bring those shoulders up, stretching out both sides. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bend over to the left. Feel a big stretch in your right. That right bicep should be close to that right ear. And on your next inhale, come back up to center. As you exhale, bend over to the right. Feel a big stretch in the left. Really push that left palm out and over to the right. And on your next inhale, release those arms, shake them out. Then lift up your arms so you're making a T with your body. Shift all of your weight over to that left leg. Come up onto the right toes, squeeze the core, and on your next inhale, slowly lift up that right leg. Grab it with your right hand. Find a spot in the room that isn't moving to look at if you need a little more assistance with your balance. As you inhale, bring that knee out to the side. If you want to add a little bit more difficulty, you can grab the toes and straighten the legs. But if that's not for you today, that's all good. Next, grab your ankle and either place it at the very top of your inner thigh or by your ankle, anywhere except for the knee. I'm going to place mine at the top of my thigh. Let your arms come up and extend. So you're making kind of a Y. Lift the chest. Push those hands slightly back. Squeeze that core and hold in tree pose. On your next exhale, release that leg. Release the arms, shake them out a bit. Bring the arms high up to the sky. Take a deep breath in, stretch the body up, and as you exhale, dive down. Let the hands sweep down to the mat. Bend the knees. Keep bending the knees so that your front body is touching your thighs. Sweep your hands behind you. And as you inhale, sweep your hands up and push yourself down for chair pose. Try and make a straight line with your arms and your torso. It's more about proper positioning than depth here. With that said, it's still good to go low as you can. So with each exhale, try and sink a tiny bit deeper. And we're going to hold this for 3 more breaths. Build some fire in the legs and glutes. And on your last breath, swing those arms down to the mat. Straighten those legs. Bring the head down. Fully place the palms down onto the mat and walk or jump the feet out into plank pose. From here, bring those knees down. And just like we did in the beginning, bring down that chest, squeezing those elbows in, then the chin. And then as you inhale, bring that tailbone down for upwards dog. Take a few breaths here. And then as you inhale, come back into table pose. Flip the toes and straighten the knees so you're back into downward dog. Next, slowly lift up that left leg, bring it high to the sky. And rotate that ankle. And then bend the left knee, push it into the left glute. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly send it over to the right. On your next inhale, bring that knee back to center and slowly straighten that leg one more time. Push it high to the sky. And then as you exhale, slowly bring it down. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, put a slight bend in those knees and either walk or hop to the top of the mat. From here, put a slight bend in the knees. As you inhale, bring those arms up and straighten the legs. And then as you exhale, bring those palms together and bring them down to heart center. Take a few deep breaths here. And then bring those arms up so that you are making a T shape with your body. And I need water. And then slowly shift onto that right leg. Really feel those right toes rooting into the mat. That right heels pushing down. Come up onto those left toes. Okay. Squeeze that core. Find somewhere in the room that is not moving to look at. And on your next inhale, slowly lift up that left knee. Grab onto it with your left hand. Bring it over to the side. If you want to try, if your body feels ready or if it's something that it wants, you can grab your toe, your big toe with your peace fingers, and then as you inhale, straighten your left leg. Ooh, my balance is not the best today, so I don't know if this is for me. And then grab onto that ankle, and you can either place your foot on your ankle of the opposite leg or at the top of your inner thigh, anywhere but the knee. When you've placed your leg in the right position, lift those arms up, palms facing the ceiling. Lift the chest and hold for tree. And on your next exhale, release the leg, shake out the arms. Take a deep breath in, swing those arms up high to the sky. And as you exhale, dive down, arms sweep down. Bend those knees so that the torso, the front body is touching the thighs. Swing those arms behind you. And as you inhale, swing those arms up and sink your body down. And hold here. We're going to hold for 3 more breaths again. Make sure you're breathing. And on your last exhale, sweep those arms down, straighten the legs, bring that head down. Then place both hands flat on the mat. Grip those fingertips to the mat and walk or jump back into plank. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring those knees down, squeezing those elbows in. Bring the chest down to the mat, bring the chin. And as you inhale, straighten those elbows. Bring the pelvis down and look up. And on your next inhale, bring the pelvis up into tabletop. Flip the toes so the bottom of the toes are touching the mat. And as you inhale, push the pelvis up and straighten knees. On your next inhale, slowly bring up that right leg high to the sky. Bend that right knee, push your foot into the right glute, and send it over to the left, keeping your shoulders parallel with the mat. And on your next exhale, bring that knee into the chest, push forward, push off of those hands, really squeeze the core, hold here for 1 breath. And on your next exhale, bring that foot in between the hands. On your next inhale, sweep those arms up and sink down for high lunge. And just hold here, build some heat in the legs. And as you exhale, slowly bring the arms down, keeping the knee bent, frame the front foot. Keep that left hand down, and as you inhale, slowly sweep that right hand up and look up at your thumb for side angle. And then on your next exhale, bring that right hand down and start really coming up onto those back toes, really high. Push that heel high to the sky. Really start shifting all of your weight onto that right leg. And on your next inhale, slowly lift that left heel and foot off of the mat. Bring it high to the sky for standing splits. And on your next exhale, bring that foot down to meet the right foot. Bring the head down. Take a moment here to breathe, stretch out those hamstrings. Place the hands down on the mat. Grip the mat with the fingertips. And on your next exhale, walk or jump into plank pose. Take a deep breath in here, and on your next exhale, bring those knees down. Keeping the elbows in, bring the chest down to the mat. Chin follows, and on your next inhale, bring the pelvis down and lift the chin for upward dog. And on your next inhale, bend those knees, bring the pelvis up, back to tabletop. Take a breath here, and then flip those toes so the bottom of the toes are touching the mat. And on your next inhale, straighten the knees, push the pelvis up and back for downward dog. Once you're comfortable in your dog, slowly lift up that left foot, bring it high to the sky. And on your next exhale, bend that knee, bring it into the chest, and push forward. And just hold here for one long breath. And then slowly place the foot in between the hands. Once your foot is rooted into the mat, take a deep breath in and lift the arms and sink down for high lunge. And just hold here, building some heat in the other leg. Really feel that back knee stretching back, the whole back of the leg opening up. Feel the left glutes engage. And on your next exhale, slowly bring those arms down, keeping the knee bent. Push the right hand or bring the right fingertips down, grip the mat. And as you inhale, slowly lift up that left arm and look up at your thumb for side angle. And on your next exhale, bring that hand down, walk the fingertips a few inches forward, come up really high onto those right toes, bring all of your weight into that left leg. And as you inhale, straighten that left leg, bring up that right foot for standing splits. Bring the head down, really squeeze that right glute. And on your next exhale, slowly bring that right leg down, bring the right foot to meet the left foot. And as you exhale, bring the head down, stretch out those hamstrings, place those hands really firm on the mat, grip the mat with the fingertips, and on your next inhale, walk or jump into plank pose. And take a few breaths here into plank. And on your next exhale, bend those knees, flip those toes so the tops of the toes are touching the mat. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring that chest down to the mat, chin follows. And then on your next inhale, bring that pelvis down, straighten the elbows, and lift the chin. Make sure the pelvis is really tucked here and you're not crushing the spine. And on your next inhale, bend those knees, flip the toes. And as you inhale, straighten those legs and push back into downward dog. On your next inhale, slowly lift up that right leg, bring that knee into your chest, and push forward and hold. This time we're going to hold it for 3 breaths. On your last exhale, bring that right foot down onto the mat. Really press that foot and those toes into the mat. Once your foot feels rooted down, take a deep breath in, lift up those arms, and sink down. Slowly start turning that left heel out over to the right side. Toes move over to the left. Bend that right knee even deeper. Stretch out the arms for warrior 2. On your next inhale, reach that right hand forward as far as it can go. Once you've gone as far as you can go, bend that right elbow, bring it down, bring the right forearm down onto the right thigh. And as you inhale, slowly lift up that left arm, bring it up and over. Feel a deep stretch in your left side. And on your next inhale, bring that left hand back. Right hand stretches out. And slowly stretch that left hand back as far as it can go. And then slowly bring it down onto the leg. And then as you inhale, bring up that right arm and look up at your thumb. Try and keep that right shoulder back, but still reaching up towards the ceiling. So you're getting a good back bend in here. And on your next inhale, bring both arms back up and come back to center. And straighten that front leg and slowly turn that right foot in so it's parallel with the left. From here, take a deep breath in, sweep those arms high to the sky, lift up that chest, and then as you exhale, bring the chest down. If you can and it's comfortable, grab each ankle with your hands and let the head hang. And place your hands in the center in front of you. Press that right hand down into the mat. And as you inhale, slowly lift up the left, look up at your thumb for a nice twist. And then as you exhale, slowly bring that left wrist down. And on your next inhale, slowly bring up that right hand, bring it high to the sky, look up at your right thumb. And then as you exhale, bring that hand down and walk both of your hands over to that left foot. Slowly turn the foot so that the toes are facing the front, or I guess the back edge of the mat. Slowly bend your knee, Swing that right arm up and behind you, and then lift the body up. Stretch those arms out. Your arms should be parallel to the floor. Thighs should be parallel to the mat. Really engage those legs. Feel the tailbone kind of tucking under. And then as you inhale, reach forward with the left hand. Once you've reached as far as you can go, bend the left elbow, place the left forearm on the left thigh. Bring that right arm up and over so your right bicep is close to your right ear, and really stretch out that right side. Make sure you're keeping that knee bent. And on your next inhale, swing those arms back up. And then on your next inhale, reach the right arm behind you. Once you've gone as far as you can go, bring that right hand down onto your right leg. Lift up that left arm, bring it high to the sky, and look up at your thumb. Make sure you're keeping that front knee bent. And on your next exhale, sweep those arms back up and hold for one breath. And then inhale, straighten that left knee. Rotate the foot so it's parallel with the mat with the right foot. And then slowly turn that right foot out to the right. Back into our original position and our first warrior two. Bend that front knee. Take a deep breath in, and on your next exhale, sweep those arms down. Frame the foot. Rotate the left foot so the ball of the foot is touching the mat. Grip the mat with those fingertips. Push off of the mat, create space in the chest, and lift up that right foot and bring it back into plank. From here, bring the knees down into tabletop, then bring them forward into a comfortable seat. Then stretch out the legs. Place your hands at the tops of your thighs, shake out the legs. Grab underneath your knees, push up both of the knees, bend. Take a deep breath in, place the hands behind you, and on your next exhale, slowly bring the body down. So it's down comfortably on the mat. The back is in a neutral position. The arms are out to your sides. And place the feet so that they are hips width apart. Press the heels down into the mat. And on your squeeze the shoulder blades in. So you're pushing the shoulders back. And on your next inhale, push up the pelvis. If you would like to stay in this pose, I invite you to do so. If you want a little higher intensity, lift up that left leg, bring it high to the sky, push up that left heel. Make sure to keep that pelvis parallel with the mat. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly bring down that left leg or that left heel, keeping the leg straight. Let the heel slightly touch the mat, and then slowly start lifting it up again as you inhale. Try to keep the pelvis in the same position. And we're going to do this 2 more times, keeping that leg super straight. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly bring that leg down. Let the heel touch the mat, and then as you inhale, bring it back up. And then take another exhale, slowly bring that leg down, let the heel touch, and then inhale, bring it back up. And hold for 1 more breath. And on your exhale, bend the knee, bring it back down. And on your next exhale, slowly roll the back down, one vertebrae at a time. And take a few breaths. And then whenever you're ready, push those heels into the mat and lift up the pelvis one more time. Push that right heel into the mat, and if you want a little higher intensity, on your next inhale, lift up that right leg, straighten the knee, push the heel up. Keep that pelvis parallel with the mat. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly lower the leg down. Let the heel touch the mat lightly, and then as you inhale, bring it back up. On your next exhale, slowly lower down the heel, keeping the leg super straight and the thighs engaged. Let the heel touch the mat, and then as you inhale, bring it back up. And one more time, take a deep exhale, bring that heel down. Let it lightly touch the mat, and on your next inhale, bring it up to the sky. And hold for one more breath. And as you start your exhale, bring that heel down. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly come down. Let the spine come down onto the mat, one vertebrae at a time. And then slowly straighten that left leg. Slowly straighten the right leg. Let your arms flop out to your sides. Let the feet flop out, come into a relaxed position. And take a few breaths here. Remembering your grounding from before. Feel the mat underneath you, supporting you. Check in with the body. Is there anything it needs? Is it asking you for anything? On your next inhale, bring up the knees one more time. Slowly straighten and pick up the left leg. Bring it high to the sky. Grab onto the back of your thigh or calf with both hands. Straighten out that right leg. Bring it down to the mat. And slowly pull that left leg towards you. This should be a comfortable stretch. Just hold here for a few breaths. Try to keep that leg straight. Obviously, mine's shaking right now. And on your next exhale, bend that left knee. Bring it down to the mat. Bring the feet down to the mat. Bend that right foot yet again. And on your next inhale, straighten that right leg. Keep that foot flat. Toes pushing down towards you. Heel pushing up towards the mat. Grab the calf or the back of the knee with both hands. On your next exhale, straighten that left leg. And as you inhale, push that right leg towards you. And on your next exhale, bend that right knee, bring it down onto the mat, and straighten that right leg. And close your eyes. Bring your body into a comfortable, restful position. Take a moment here to reflect on your intention that you set for today. And then take another moment to reground yourself. Try to bring yourself into a place of peace, of calm. Try to stay here in this moment. Allow yourself to just exist without any burdens. You're welcome to stay here in this position if you would like, but if not, I invite you to roll over onto your side. Place that right hand down onto the mat and push yourself up into a comfortable seat. Place those hands on the knees and close the eyes. And take a moment of gratitude. Thank yourself for taking this time out of your day, for yourself and your practice. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. And that's my class. I teach every Monday, and thank you for tuning in if you watched live or if you watch it later. Thanks for watching. Namaste.